dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already, I have everything on my table for some new DIY inspiration. I have here my tumbler towel blocks, some paint at your choice. Of course, I have here my container with everything I need, like my wood glue, mud pot, some brushes, scissors, markers, some pencils, everything I need most of the time for my DIYs. My old piece of, my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. I have here some wooden buttons, but you can use easily some wooden rounds or some wooden pieces of cardboard. So I have this laying around, so I thought I can use it or else it will staying in my stash. And I have here some two pieces of fruit, and I have here the pears, a green one and a yellow one. So if you want to make the same, then you need a couple of faux fruits. You can use some apples, you can use some pears like me, you can use anything you like. You only need 5 of one color and 5 of another color. Of course, you see here 2, but I have more. So this is what we need. What we're going to make, it's very easy. We're going to make a tic-tac-toe. Here in the Netherlands we call it boter, kaas en eieren. It's so much different than you call tic-tac-toe. So I don't know where both of the words are coming from, your words and the Dutch words, because it is a really, like we call here in the Netherlands, kruisje en nulletje. So a cross and zero. That's the most of the time how most of people make it. So I don't know where the Dutch word or the English word is coming from, but it makes no sense. But of course, we are going to make a tic-tac-toe. So where we're going to start with, normally you start with the base of the tic-tac-toe, but I'm going to do it a little different because I don't want to later see that I have it not big enough. So where we're going to start with, I'm going to make a little stand for my fruit. Of course, I will do my fruit on top of one button of a cardboard round, of a wooden round, and I'm going to glue this later on top of here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a stand from 3 blocks like this. And this will be on top of each other, so we get a nice, cute little stand. 5 in one color and 5 in the other color. So I did totally forget to tell you that you need also 10 rounds, wherever you are going to make them from. It doesn't matter what you have laying around. So we're going to start with, of course, 3 blocks this way. You glue the longest side and very easy, squeeze it together and lay it apart. And we do this, of course. This is already number 2, number 3, and number 4, number 5. It is a little bit of a puzzle. Number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9. And the last, of course, number 10. But you already figured it out that it would be that it would be 10 pieces. So very easy. Again, glue them on the side and glue them together and place them immediately against each other so the glue is not running out too much before you're going to squeeze all of them. And again, also over here, number 2. And then we can make a nice, cute little stand, because we want to make the tic-tac-toe a little bit different than normally. Normally you just have a cross and a zero, but I'm going to go for a little bit different. But I use fruit, but you can use maybe some farm animals. It's also very nice to do. To make 5 chickens or roosters and maybe 5 little, yeah, I don't know, a little cow, 5 cows, and then you place them on the stand like I do with the fruit. So you can do anything you like, and then you make it a little bit unique and different, because or else everything will be the same. And now you can make yourself different with a unique piece, and you can use it as home decor. And I'm going to give this a couple of minutes rest, and then we're going to wipe away the glue. So you see already we have our 10 pieces of 3, and we're just going to stack them on top of each other this way, and we're going to lay them apart. What we're going to do, we're going to get 4 blocks. On the top side, we're going to do again 4 over here. We have 4 over here, and this is a number 3, a number 4, number 5, and the last number 6. And we're going to do very easy, just do some glue on the top, a little dot of glue, and we do it over here. We place it against each other. We do number 3, and of course number 4 is the closure up. Squeeze it. Make sure that you have it in a straight line this way. And we're going to do the other one, number 1. You do number 2 also on the top, place it against each other, number 3, and number 4 is again the closure up. You're going to squeeze it and look for that you have a straight line again. So I'm going to do all 6 of them, but of course I will do them a little bit faster so you don't get bored. So again, number 4, and squeeze it like this, and later we're going to work away the glue. So I have here my 6 pieces of 4, and I'm going to lay them aside and let them dry. We are going to get 3 of our blocks, and we have the block line in the length this way. We're going to get a loose blocks, and we need of course 4 of them. What we're going to do, we do some glue on the inside under here, so very easy, and we're going to place them over here. We do some glue on this one and on this side because this one will be in between over here. We do here also one on this side and one on this side, and we're going to place them in between, and this one only on one side because he will be on over here. Now we're going to get them very easy, squeeze them together. Make sure that you have a nice straight line, that everything is fitting nicely to each other, and give it some pressure, not too much because or else it jumps out and that's not what you want. So we're going to place it aside and feel with your fingers if you place it aside that everything is glued nicely together. We're going to get 3 blocks again, very easy this way. We get 4 loose blocks, and we do very simple, some glue on this side, place it over here. We do some glue on this side and on this side, and we place it in between. We do here the same, and on this side I almost would forget, and we're going to place this one also in between. And now the last only on one side, and we're going to place it again against each other. Give it a little bit of pressure and be sure that you have a nice straight line again. Of course, be sure, and your fingers are the leading part in it because it has to feel with your fingers if everything is correctly and nicely next to each other. So I'm going to make again 3 pieces this way, and I'm going to go, of course, 1 over here and 1 over here, and I place it in between. I do here the same over here and place it also in between. And now we only need the 2 blocks, the closure ups. Oop, you see already they're flying against me. And this one, and the last, of course, over here. And we're going to give this one also a squeeze. And you see already we still have a 1 left open, and I don't know, because my first idea was to glue this button on top of here and then the fruit and just make a nice stand, but I'm going to change it up probably, because maybe we will use it later if we want to use it over here just as a stand. I'm not for sure yet, but at least make 10 and then you can see what we're going to use. So we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we're going to get our 4 blocks in the length, and of course what we're going to do, we are going to glue it over here, but we are going to make sure that the middle of the 4 blocks will be the middle of this one. So you have here the 3 blocks in the middle, and in the middle of the block you are going to glue this one against here. So we're going to do some glue, not totally at the end, because it's not totally covering the whole block, to give it a little bit of a nice structure out, or else everything looks the same. So we're going to make sure that we have everything stick together. This is already one. We're going to go for the other one. Of course, this one has to be not only on this side, but also on this side. It is a little bit of a tricky, and just place it in between, find the middle again, and then you do it over here. And we're going to place this one, of course, also in the middle against this one. And if everything is correctly, you get the blocks at the same length. Of course, I have to move it a little, and this. And now we're going to do here the same. Some glue on this side and on this side. And we're going to place it over here. And we're going to place this one also over here. And now we're going to do one on this side only. And I don't know what with counting is with me today, but you see already, I also have one extra on this side. That's not what we want. So that's the great that I already make it for you, and you don't have to you have to do it already with me, because you see already I have 2 over, but of course I already know where I made the mistake. My idea was to do 2 pieces here in between, and I didn't do it because this one needs to be all in here. So I'm going to do it because I want to have it nice the way I want to have it. So I'm going to clean this up, and again I'm going to do this one also, and on this side, because I want to have it over here. And of course I have to turn it this way. So it's a little bit tricky, but you see already, if you look to this, you see already what I mean. This was my idea. I thought, how is it possible that I have 2 over? But my total idea was gone. It was gone. So I'm going to do it over here, and this one over here. And I have to turn it, place it over here, and place this one against here. So now we have everything fitting nicely together. So, and we have to move this one, and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest, because now it really needs some resting. So it's very easy. Just you have to make 9, I would say 10, but you can make 9 blocks of 3, and you make 6 blocks of 4, and you have 12 blocks, loose blocks, to make this square. So we have now the top of course of our tic tac toe, but we're going to place it on the side over here so it can dry further. My idea is to make it a kind of a tier tray, of a tray display idea. I don't know how to explain it. Just a tier tray where you can play tic tac toe on in your decor. I don't know what I'm saying, but you will see it in a moment. And we're going to 2, and again 2, 4 pieces of 2. We're going to glue them together, and we're going to place them, and this way on the tops, and number 4 also over here, and number 4 also on the top. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So now we have our 4 pieces of 2. What we're going to do, we're going to make a square from it. So we do some glue on the top, We're going to place it over here and give it some pressure so it sticks nicely together. We're going to do another one, some glue on the top, and we're going to place this one in the inside, not on the outside, but on the inside of this block. And if everything is correctly, you easy can fill it up with this one, some glue on the top and some glue a little on the side. And you see already my block is already not totally straight. He has already a piece off. I'm going to place it in, and we're going to place this one in and squeeze it over here. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So I place my square on the side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get 6 blocks this way, and I'm going to get another row of 6 blocks, and very easy, measure it out. We do some glue on the longest side again, and I do it as quickly as I can. 3 and number 4 and number 5 is the closure up, and we do here the same. 2, 3 and 4 and number 5, and again we're going to give them a little bit of squeezing to make a straight line also, and we're going to give this a couple of minutes rest. So I place one on the side. I'm going to do some glue over here, a little line, and I'm going to place it down, and we're going to place this against each other and feel with the sides that everything is a nice square. So I'm going to give this some rest, I think 20 minutes, because it needs a little bit longer, because we're going to glue it on top of the square. So now we have here a square, and of course we have here our square. We are going to do some glue on the inside of this square. We're going to do over here and over here. And we're going to place a very easy this one on top of here in the middle. And if we have it on the place we want to have it, then we can give it a little bit of pressure. And we're going to let this dry at least a half hour, but we're going to do further with the inside of the tier tray. So now we have the underside of our stand. We are going to make now the stand, the middle of the stand. Of course, you know already I made one extra because I made 10 of 3, and I don't know how I'm going to do the fruit later, but that's a later piece. So I already have 1 of 3, but we need totally 8 of 3. So we have here number 4 and number 5, number 6, number 7, and the last is number 8. So we need to make 8 pieces of 3 like this. So I'm going to glue them the longer side, and of course over here, and I will do it a little faster, but I think you already know how to glue 3 blocks together. So I have now my 8 pieces of 3. What we're going to do, we're going to take 4 of them, and we're going to make a square also from this one. So we can do some glue on the longer side. We're going to place them straight up, place them against each other. We do here some glue, and again we're going to do this one on the inside. And if everything is correctly, then I do some glue on this side and on the inside over here, and everything will fit nicely together, and we have a nice cute little square. Of course I have to work with it to give it a little bit a shape of the square. This is already one, so we do some glue on the side. We're going to place this one against here. We do this one on the inside over here, and we do this one on this side, and of course on this side, and everything is fitting nicely together. We're going to give it some pressure, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So my squares are almost dried in, but I'm going to glue them together. But for everyone who didn't make them yet, this is how they are made. So you do one this side, this one do you on the top side of this one, And this one you do on the inside, and then if everything is right, you can close it up. So it is very easy to do. What we're going to do, we're going to place them together. So I'm going to do some glue on the inside, over here, around, and I'm going to place them this way against each other and give it a little bit of pressure. Place them this way and also feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line, and this way. And we're going to give it some rest. So I gave it a couple of minutes, place it straight up. I'm going to do some glue on the inside, over here and over here. Make sure that we have all the lines. What we're going to do, we're going to place our underside over here, and now we're going to turn this one over here and we're going to place it in the middle. At least we're going to try to get it in the middle. We do our best to get it in the middle, and again give it a little bit of pressure from the top, and then you still can look for if you have it straight or not, or maybe you do have to go a little bit to the right or to the left. So I think I am in the middle, so I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to place this one on top, on the underside, of course, on our tic tac toe a little plate. So what we're going to do, we gave this a half hour. We are going to do some glue on the inside, over here, and we do over here and around this one. We are going to place it aside. We're going to get our board of the tic tac toe. We're going to turn it around, and very easy, we're going to turn this one around and we're going to place it in the middle. So then we're going to look for if we have it in the middle, and we do, and we're going to give it some pressure with some paint again, of course, on top, and we're going to let this dry, at least I think for an hour. So I place my tray here on the side. What I'm going to do, because I have my head on that I want to have a stand under the fruit, so I'm going to give it a try. Of course, probably you need some sanding and or maybe a little bit your jigsaw, just a little piece of the top of the blocks, but I am really loving the stand with the blocks, so I'm going to try it. So we're going to do, oh, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. We're going to get 10 pieces of 3 because we need 10 stands, and I'm going to give it a try because I am really loving the way it's looking like. So I'm going to give it a try. It is a little bit more work, I know. Maybe you don't have to do it, you only can do the round and the fruit on top, or maybe the animals, just what you like. But I have my mind on that I like it with the blocks under it. So don't mind me, I'm just sometimes I have something in my head and then I also want to make it this way. So I'm going to number 8, and this is already number 9 and number 10, the last. And I'm going to squeeze in, and I'm going to give them at least a couple of hours rest, because I'm going to sew probably a little piece on the top, because sanding is taking a little bit much of your time. This side will fit, but it is only this top needs to cut off, but this probably will fit, so we will see. But first I'm going to glue them, and I'm going to give them some rest, and then we're going to look how much I need to sand off or saw off. So again, squeeze it a little, and we're going to give it some rest. So I have here my 10 pieces of 3, and I'm going to stack them up, and I'm going to place them over here because they need to rest. Of course, I have here my tic tac toe tier tray, and I'm going to do it in some creamy color. But if you like more like the gold, the silver, spray paint it in any color you like. I'm just going to give it this color, and it is very light and bright, because I like a little bit of the light and dark together, because I also love black and of course the brown colors of wood. So I'm going to give this a one in totally the creamy color, and of course you see in a moment the next step. So you see already our tier tray tic-tac-toe is already painted, and I'm going to go further now with the pieces we need within. So this will be also a task, but this one is ready to go. So we're going to place this aside and we're going to go further with our fruit garden. So now I'm going to get my 10 pieces of 3 and I'm going to get my ruler and I'm going to do a little top. It's only a little piece because he's fitting and he's not fitting, so it is a little bit in between. So he is really don't need a lot of piece what has to come off. So I'm going to very easy just make a little line over here, and then I'm going to try, because I'm only do it on the 3 endings of the block, not on this side first, because I'm going to try, but most of the time this 3 is fitting. Only on this side it is not fitting. I don't know why, but we will see, because I still I did paint it, so maybe it's not fitting totally anymore. So I'm going to start with a little scrap over here. That's why I said if you have a sanding machine, I have one also, but it's not a great day here, so it's a lot of rain, so I have to stand in the rain, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to get my jigsaw from the Lidl and I'm just going to cut off a little piece. But you can sand it easily, one little sanding on this side and a little sanding on this side, and you're already fit to go, because he is fitting and not fitting. So I'm going to do all of them, and then we're going to look for if everything is correctly fitting inside of here. So I gave all 10 of them a little piece off, and this was really easy to do. It was, at least with my jigsaw, it was just the little line and you go over it, and it was very easy. I am still debating if I want to have it fitting really nicely. Then I have to cut off also from this side a little small line, and I think I'm going to do it. It is fitting, but it's not really fitting. So if you sand it, you just sand it, like I said, on both of the sides. But I think I'm going to get my jigsaw and I'm going to do a little piece on this side also. So, and you see already, and all of them I did on this side and on this side a little small. It was so little piece which needed to come off, but now he is easily fitting inside of here. I'm going to get my shoe polish, the brown color, and I'm going to give them a little bit kind of the wood coloring. That's why I use the shoe polish, but you can use anything, but this is very cheap, so it is easy to do. I'm just going to get my brush and I'm just going to place it, do it with some shoe polish. So very easy, just go over it and use the color you like. Maybe you like black better, maybe you like another color better. I'm going to do all 10 of them, and then we're going to do the buttons of the, at least the wooden round on top. So I have all my pieces now in the brown color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my wood glue and I'm going to get my round. Of course, you can use, like I told you, a piece of cardboard or maybe just some hobby wooden slices. You can use anything for it. So I'm going to do very easy, some glue on the back side, and I'm going to place them exactly in the middle. So it's very easy, just do some glue and you're going to place it in the middle. Of course, I do it a little bit faster because or else you only see me placing buttons on top of here. That's not what makes you happy. So I'm going to do the rest a little faster. So you see already, now we have our 10 pieces of our stand, and I think they are very cute, but go as crazy as you like. If you don't like this way, do whatever you think it's right. I'm going to do some hot glue on top of the wooden round, because if I would do it on here, he would melt. Of course, later he also melt when I do it here, but then he's already on his place. So that's why I'm going to do it a little in the middle over here. Just do some glue, and I'm just going to let my pear fall in between and just squeeze it and wait until it is dried up. Of course, it always takes a couple of seconds until it's dried up. And you see how cute is your own little stand for your tic-tac-toe. He is so cute. And you see already, oh, I have already something, and he is fitting nicely inside. I'm going to do all the rest. And of course, you see in a moment the quick impression. Yes, I know, I told you this will be the end, but of course I can't help myself. I always love to make a little kind of stand next to it. So I'm going to make a kind of a little stand with also the pair. So I'm going to do 2 blocks together, and we're going to do 4 blocks together. Of course, you don't have to do this. It's just the craziness I have, so don't mind me. But for everyone who enjoys also a little kind of a sign idea next to it, of course, then you can make this one also. We're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So of course we did let it dry, but I think he's a little bit too short, so I'm going to do 2 blocks extra on the piece of 4. So we're going to make it a little bit longer, and like this, squeeze it again. So you don't need 4 blocks, you need 6 blocks and 2 blocks. In the meantime, while our piece of 6 and of course our piece of 2 is drying, we're going to take 2 of the same little pairs we use also in the tic tac toe. I'm going to do very easy. I'm going to place just next to the stamp. I'm just going to very easy, and then I'm going to try to make my way through the pair so I get a half pair, but not totally in half. It looks very strange. I'm sorry. I'm just going to get my way, and I take my time for it, because how easier you do it, this the better it's going to go, and you can easily make your way through the pair, because you don't want to that he is getting a little bit of rough sides. So I take my time for it. So I have my 2 pairs in half. As you read, it's just styrofoam little faux pairs. I'm going to get my shoe polish again, and I'm going to make both of them. Before I glue them together, I'm going to make this one also in the nice rustic brown color. So very easy. I also take my time for it, and so he's fitting totally with my tic tac toe. And of course I'm going to do both of the pieces, but if you did it in another color, do the color you like, which you are enjoying in your own home. So I'm going to finish this off. So I have mine in the shoe polish, but if you use also shoe polish, make sure that you always have a piece of kitchen towel afterwards when you let it dry in, and just wipe away the shoe polish you don't need, or else it will be a little bit too much. So just wipe it away, and this gives a nice wood look. So if you want to like also a little bit of more of the rustic wood look, then maybe this is something for you. Now I'm going to get my 2 pieces of pairs, and I'm going to look for to place them on top of here. So I'm going to do some glue on the inside, and this time I'm just going to try to place the hot glue over here. I don't know if it will work or not, but we will see. Probably it will melt, and I'm going to place it on top of here, give it some pressure, and now I'm going to do this one also around the lines. You see already it's a little piece coming off. That's always with styrofoam, it's always a little bit tricky, and it is melting when you use your hot glue. So I'm going to do it, and now I'm going to place this one on the top over here, and just a little bit sideways, and then squeeze it down. And I'm going to let it rest, and of course I'm going to get out the little piece of glue which is coming out of the pair over here. So I'm going to do some wood glue under here, not hot glue, but some wood glue on the underside. And I'm going to place this one exactly in the middle of our 2 blocks. Very easy, just squeeze it, press it down, and we're going to let this dry in. And now you see really the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my version of the Tumbling Tile Blocks Tic Tac Toe. I had so much fun making it because you can give your own twist on it. Of course, I hope you take out your tumbling tile blocks too and do this DIY together with me and give your own twist on it. And if you're only here to watch, I hope you had fun watching everyone. And everyone who is new here, of course, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and click the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there, and everyone have an amazing day and see you in the next one. Bye!